Good evening, everybody. My name is Daniel Kennedy. This is just a couple of us on the team. This is Ben Shaviak and my son Peyton. And right now, I'm really hoping to get through this. Yeah, because that just chokes me up. So anyhow, we had the opportunity to partner along with Life of Hope Ministries at the beginning of the year. We got to spend a week down in Guatemala City. But before I share some of that week with you, I know I speak on behalf of the team with just wanting to thank the body of Christ here. Because of your sacrifice and your commitment to us with coming into the cafe and coming to the comedy show that we put on, as well as coming to Second Blessings, because you provided and came alongside us and helped us out financially, that provided the income that we needed to do the projects that we were able to do when we went down to Guatemala. So before we went, we, as a team, came up with some goals that we wanted to accomplish when we got there. One being we wanted to build a home for a family in the dump. Also was to provide lice treatment for the families in the community there, as well as VBS activities with the kids. So we get down there. Monday really was the beginning of our work week. The men, we really started the demo process of the house project. That was a chore, but very thankful that we had Pastor Saul, which is the pastor of the church in the dump, that he provided a lot of his men to help us out as well. And so while the men were doing the house project, the ladies of the team, they worked alongside Dr. Lila, who is the wife of Pastor Saul. And what they did is they took the medicine for the lice treatment, and they basically put on a mobile clinic walking through the alley, because I don't want to call them streets, but they're basically alleyways. And they were going door to door and providing this need for the families. They were bringing the families out into the street, and they were washing their hair with this shampoo that was providing this the treatment for the lice, which is an epidemic, as you can imagine, living in a garbage dump. So so that was really amazing to see, them doing that. And when they weren't doing the treatments, they were putting on VBS classes for the kids in the school that the church provided. So Monday night, the church of the dump also provides a feeding for the Pellegrinos. And what that is basically their goal is to bring the men who are in the community or on the streets and also, scavenge in the dump, and they come in and they do a little sermon and then they feed them. But Ben had the opportunity before the feeding to share his amazing testimony, and it was moving. And I believe that opened up the door for him and Greg Holmgren, who's not up here, but they had the opportunity to pray with the young lady at the end, and she accepted Christ. So it was an amazing first day of actually doing some work. Tuesday and Wednesday, basically the same thing. We did, the men continued to work on the home. The ladies did the lice and the VBS as well. Thursday, we got to spend the day in Santa Faz. That's another district in the city of Guatemala. And there it was kind of like a time for us to really wind down and relax and just really play with the kids there. Life of Hope provides support for a outreach center there ran by a husband and wife whose names are Adonia and Julio. And so what we got to do there is we rented the city soccer field and got to play soccer, and really thanking the Lord that none of us got hurt. And I really don't know what they were thinking, because they put me and Ben on the same team. And you would be proud of us. We didn't hold back, and we really showed those 10-year-olds who were boss. But, again, it was just a day just to hug on some kids, to love on the kids. And I'll be honest with you, if if all I got to do was go there and hug those kids, I'd have been okay with that. Sorry. So Friday, we got to do VBS activities in La Limonada, and that right there, I'd take about an hour just talking about La Limonada and just the amazing work that's going on in those schools down there. This is the community that the rest of the population there considers subhuman. So it was an amazing day, and kind of want to can't even get through it, but kind of want to share something that really spoke to me on this trip. That was like that just moment that God just really spoke to me, and it was during the Wednesday where we were wrapping up the construction. We had the floor. We spent that day really in the morning bringing the concrete from the mixer to the home, which was roughly about 265 steps, but no one's counting. So after we had the floor all poured, for those who know construction, you really can't do anything else after the floor is poured because you got to wait for it to set and dry. So we had the time and the opportunity to then place one of these wood-burning stoves into a home that was directly next door. Now, you need to understand that the majority of these families, they cook for their families on the floor, in the dirt, okay? So these stoves are it's a blessing that we were able to put these stoves in these homes. And so, anyhow, we do the project, we finished putting the stove in, and after we were all done, through the interpreter, we kind of get an idea of who the woman is. Her name is Maria Santos. She's been with the church for a while. She's been saved for about 15 plus years. But for the last year, she'd been praying to God that the gringos would come into the dump, would come into her house, and put in a stove. And when I heard that, I mean, it messed me up. It messed me up. To think that the God of the universe would send us 1,000 miles from home, okay, to this woman's house in a garbage dump in Guatemala City and be the hands that he used to answer this woman's prayer that she prayed for a year. And after that, I really realized that for me personally, God didn't just send me to Guatemala to change those people. Well, he sent me to Guatemala to change me. And it was an amazing trip, an amazing time down there. So if you guys, in closing, if you see any of us and you really want to know some more about the trip, some more details from other points of view, grab us, take us over in a cafe. We'll have a cup of coffee with you, and we'd be glad to share more of just what we got to do down in Guatemala. Thank you.